So apparently, the bull run has clearly set off. Clearly, the bull run has set off. We're only waiting for the odds to respond accordingly. And that will only happen when BTC hits a strong resistance, which will probably trigger a consolidation. Sideways kind of ranging is all that will happen for us to have our odds speeding again. Some of them are springing up, just randomly. Some are just popping up from where they stopped. Some pulled back strongly and are still trying to come up. Some others are just, running some kind of random takeoff. Some days we just see a random coming from nowhere, 200, 150%, 200%. So these are just the effects of BTC having a lonely walk. BTC printed the last 4 hours, that's counting down from 5 p.m. back to 1 p.m. BTC did a 5% move, which is something that's very solid for BTC. You hardly see that in 4 hours. It's just very rare. So with that amount of pump within a short while, I still expect to see a little consolidation. It's not going to instantly add another green candle for the next maybe 4 hours. That's just one of the habits of BTC. How many of us are holding Atom?
I'm only little Atom. So it hasn't gotten to my entry. I entered at 37 point something. Then
37 point something. 37. 37.
37. Let me just say 38.
Okay. 37 is just 37 is just looking at you now. It's almost at 37.
Is it almost as it was? I've been on 34.
So
I'm holding too, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay. Good evening. It's a good one. Even though yesterday was a bad zone for Atom, like a top-up zone. I know that maybe many of you didn't know, but it's fine. Even though you didn't top up, it's alright. But holding
I can't hear anything, no.
Oh, I thought it was my network.
Network is bad.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So Atom is doing quite well. So it's expected that the moment for it to have taken off right now, just as BTC started printing a kind of a reddish candle, Atom is moving upward. Means that if a consolidation should start, Atom is one of the best performers. That is just one of the few tricks you use to know a coin to enter at this kind of time. Atom is printing, it's almost at 36 as we speak. It means it's printing against BTC. So if BTC should start a consolidation, a sideways trading, it will favor the likes of Atom. So if you're holding, good one. We're having a kind of should I call it not a rejection though, but the dominance just dropped a little. I And I think that's why we're having some odds. Seem like they're taking up or something. But I expect that BTC will at least do a little correction. I don't know BTC to just run with no correction. So most of our odds will move between now and Friday. BTC has at least beaten the all-time high. It will retest the all-time high, of course. It's very normal. And in that time when it's trying to lower down to retest, it's not a dump. Remember, so it's actually more like going to pull back a little. So it's not going to be brutal this time on the odds. Instead, the odds are going to be finding their ways around the consolidation of BTC and then making their moves upwards. And secondly, when BTC finally finds the support to retest, when it does, it will at least start coming back up a little. In that time when it's coming back up, there's going to be massive pump and the odds again. So either way, I think the bull run is totally set. It's just left for us to know what to do with it. Most of our coins, some of them are still sitting below the resistance, like the blues, which we talked about yesterday. Yeah, I also made my analysis this morning. It was actually caught by the resistance we talked about, the yellow line. So if this yellow line should hold, what will we be having? We'll be having a pullback, not a dump, a pullback, because it's very bullish. You may just come down to look for one of the maybe secondary supports to retest to see if you can find more buyers to push up the price. Okay, so those that did the assignment, let me see. How many of us did? Okay, Mr. Philip just submitted his assignment. I know that most of you ran away because of assignments. But make sure you submit your assignment before we sleep today to avoid being banned from tomorrow's class. Okay, first of all, let's take a few of the people that did their own assignment. So Mrs. Nana, I think she submitted first. And then her analysis is on HNT. So I'll share my screen and pull up the HNT charts so that we'll look at her analysis and see what corrections we can make, and also to find an opportunity if there is any. So I'll share my screen now. So if you can see my screen, please indicate.
Yes, we can see. I can see.
Yes, we can see. Priscilla, good evening, ma. Body present, absent-minded for the second time. Mrs. Chidebe, good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, you're always quiet in the class. What's the problem? Are you alright? Is everything all good?
I'm at work.
Oh dear. Okay. But at least you can hear what we are saying. You can hear us clearly, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to look at HNT as submitted by Mrs. Nana. Okay. So we'll look at the ones that were submitted and see what we have, if we're on the right track. Okay, it reads HNT USDT is currently ranging in an upward trend. It signifies a bullish momentum with incoming increase in its volume. On the 4 hours time frame, the MACD has just crossed the signal line, ready for breakout. On the other hand, the breakout candlestick is currently sitting on the border of the Ichimoku cloud, with its shadow inside the cloud on their 1 hour time frame. And not until the candle is out of the cloud, the bullish thesis isn't confirmed. Do your own research. So, Mrs. Nana is of the opinion that we have HNT trading in. Where is your? I can't see the image you sent. Mrs. Nana, please always launch your screen and just send the image rather than sending a link to the image. It makes it a little, stressful to get your chart. Like launch the image on a landscape view. You can screenshot it or do one of all those things to prevent us from, looking at how to get it out of a trading view. Why is your chart looking different from mine? Wait, this is BTT. How many did you submit, Mrs. Nana? Two.
We should submit.
I can't see the chart. Okay, I can see. Okay. And why is this HNT on a 1 hour time frame? What's your trend line drawn on this 1 hour time frame?
No, I made the HNT. I used the Ichimoku cloud. I used the MACD. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm with you, but I can see a channel.
Okay. I was just you can see a channel. Is it the BTT you are talking about or the HNT? Let me take a look at it.
Oh, hello, baby. Maybe you do that.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you still see my screen?
Nope, we can't.
Okay, I guess you can see it now.
Yes, we can.
Yes. Okay, let's look at what she's saying. She made mention of 4 hours MACD. It's crossing. Okay. But have you seen any MACD crossing on a 4 hour time frame here? Are we? Can you guys answer me now?
Yeah, no.
Are we sleeping?
What did you ask?
Can anybody spot MACD crossing on the 4 hours, please? Can you spot MACD crossing on the 4 hours?
No, I can't. No, it's not. At the moment.
So is it on HNT?
Yes, we are looking at HNT. We're going to look at all the assignments submitted. And if you have not submitted, endeavor to do yours. So we are looking at opportunities from those your coin picks. And that's what we'll be working on mostly. So that we can find signals by ourselves. So that you guys will also learn how to find these signals. So that's the aim of this exercise. A whole lot of people don't know. and they still don't care to, do what others are doing. So are we having any MACD crossing on this 4 hours time frame that we should, we need to work with?
The MACD crossed the signal line from my own chart here, and is currently diverging
from the 4 hours time frame.
Yes, on the 4 hour time frame. And it's currently diverging from the signal line.
The people who know English very well should help us with the difference between this divergence and convergence. Please, so that
when something is diverging, it is
English. So can someone just tell us what the divergence means and the convergence?
When something is diverging, it is separating. When something is converging of a line, it's coming to meet, that's converging.
Okay, so convergence means when they are coming together. And then divergence means when they are
separating.
Opening up is divergence. Then convergence is closing up, right?
Yes, sir.
So, Miss Kulima, can you continue? I think I'm clear now. You said they are divergent, right?
The MACD line is diverging from the signal line currently.
Okay. Does it give any cause for worry that we are above the 80 line? I think we are close to 92 or so. The MACD line is already at 92 mark. Any cause for worry?
Well, I don't use the MACD. I don't use the MACD indicator to know if it is overbought or oversold. I would rather use the RSI to check that.
Okay, so the only thing we come here for is more or less like the divergence and the convergence.
The center line crossing and the signal line crossing is what I use the MACD.
She said that the why I'm asking this question, we need to know where she. What she's saying that at the divergence of the MACD, that's okay. Let's read again. It's currently ranging in an upward trend, which signifies a bullish momentum with incoming increase in the volume. Is there any increase in the volume?
Yes, there's increase in the volume.
You have an increase. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there's increase. The last 4 hours there was a heavy increase. So hopefully these 4 hours might be even bigger. Okay. Then on the 4 hours time frame, the MACD has just crossed the signal line, waiting for a breakout. 4 hours time frame has just crossed it. This is wrong because the MACD, the major crossing I have here for MACD happened at 9 p.m. on the 18th. Which day was 18? Like 2 days ago, right?
Yes.
And this probably yielded this pump. This is the line. This is we had that MACD divergence, and I guess this is the results. So your MACD thesis here is totally wrong because it happened 2 days ago. So using that now, you more or less be pushing somebody into, a wrong, like pushing someone towards the wrong direction. Because MACD, whatever we would have done with MACD is way past. The MACD is now invalid. What you should be looking at is the convergence that's about to happen, where the MACD will cross over the signal line again.
Hello, sir. But there's 2 crossings there. The one you just marked was the previous one. If you look ahead, the one I was referring to is just ahead of the one you just marked now.
I wanted to say the same thing.
Early hours of today. Because the first one you just marked was 2 days ago, and it came back down. It converged. Then it now started diverging.
Probably like this, something like this. Since this is already 2 days and you've seen a pump, a massive pump, not even a little one. I'm sure this is up to 10%. This is almost 9%.
Bad.
So your MADI, this is invalid.
So take a look at it again.
There is a crossing. There's a crossing before the one you just marked now.
Sorry guys, I don't even speak and hear, but his network is very bad. Can someone message him? Anthony,
yes,
message him.
I can see that. You guys can't hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Nobody can hear me.
We can hear you now.
No, we can hear you. We're thinking you can't hear us.
I can hear you guys.
Oh,
okay. Sir? I said the MACD that crossed today, early hours of today, was just after the one you marked before. The one for 2 days ago.
I personally will not work with that MACD crossing somewhere around 38. I will not take that as any bullish momentum because it's not in full force. If you look at what happened there, look closely at what happened there, it looked like Can you hear me?
So yes, I think your network there is somehow bad.
Very bad. Okay, hold on. Let me see what I can do. I have to swap to another net. So how are we doing now?
Sounding clear, I guess it will be better.
It's better now, right?
Yes, very well.
Yes, we can hear you clearly now.
Okay.
So you was talking about the MACD that gets close to each other.
Seems that's only.
So
we can hear you. Really? We can't hear you now, though.
just like I said, I will not personally work with this. I will personally not work with this. Why? Because coming at the middle of the line, close to the middle, doesn't show to justice with this, what happened here. I won't make any analysis with what happened here because it's halfway. I will make an analysis when I see this twist here. You know that we're hoping to go down soon. I will make an analysis. This is a pure crossing. A pure convergence. This is a pure divergence. This, yes, we know that we're having a two kind of spaghetti tangle here, though, but being that it's above 97, it's around 90 something. It means that it's overbought. So any minute from there, we'll be having a fall. But this happening. Halfway, I won't take this happening halfway, I won't take it. But I will take this because when it comes down before convergence or divergence, it comes with full momentum. You can't hear me?
Sorry, sir, I can't even understand.
We've not been hearing you at all.
Because of your network.
We've not been hearing anything.
Really? You'll be hearing, but it's not clear.
Wow. Hold on, let me see. Let me do
Okay, now we
something.
can hear you.
Try another network. This is serious.
Hello, is anyone there?
No, sir.
Yes.
Ah.
So, is it better now?
Yeah, we can hear you quite clear now.
Okay. So sorry about that. That was really messing up. I'll show my screen.
Yeah, we can see
So
your screen.
cracking now.
Can you see my screen as well? Like,
Yeah, we can see your screen.
okay. Just like I was saying, I said I personally will not make analysis with this halfway divergence and convergence because it does not come with full momentum.
Voila.
This might be pumping, but if you look at today, you see that yes, we had one coming in earlier before now, and then it seems like more volume is coming. But at the same time, this cannot have or it cannot see more momentum than what happened here at the bottom. Usually it's like that. Yes, it will twist and then show direction, but usually after that twist, it drops. Like we can see here after the twist downwards. Any problem?
At some point, I can't hear what you are saying, or it's still breaking.
It's not some point,
Until now?
it's every point.
Wow. Oh, what's happening? Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's like you're smart. Yes, sir.
Hello. Do you have any improvement now?
Yes. We can hear you, but
Yeah, we can hear you now.
once you start, we can hear you, but once you start sharing your screen, the voice starts cracking down. So,
Okay. It's just it should be the strength of the network. Probably it's about raining here, so I guess so too. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen, sir.
Okay, let me go back to the HMT. But I was saying that what we have here, the divergence we have here, you can't make this analysis based on this particular divergence. I had something at a much lower level. So this will not be part of the signal, but you can use this. But the only problem is that this happened 2 days ago, and probably this is the reason why we have this rush here. So for anything about MACD, we'll be looking at the MACD giving us a direction upward. We'll be looking at when it will twist to give probably, a downward momentum. This happened 2 days ago. Doesn't mean that it cannot still hold an uptrend, because the MACD can as well come up here and crawl for days, like just like we have here. And then while it's crawling, as you can see, we had an upward push. Hope you can hear me and see what I'm doing clear.
Sir, please, I have a question. You're trying to say that to analyze this particular chart now, that she shouldn't have used the MACD crossing that happened on the 20th. Rather, she should use the crossing that happened on the 18th. I want to really understand, because I can't make out what you're saying. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think his network is bad.
Yeah.
I can hear you too.
Yeah, I'm back. Network is really bad. It's just off and on.
Sir, did you hear my
So
question?
you guys can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
No, I didn't at all.
Okay, I was asking that I'm
Yes.
trying to get what you're saying. So what you're trying to say is that she should have used the MACD crossing that happened on the 18th instead of that which happened today.
No, I'm saying that she using the one that happened on the 18th, maybe already too late to tell someone to buy. If you had made this analysis on the 18th, it would have been perfect. But this pump, are you going to neglect it? We have the majority above 80, meaning it can start coming down anytime. So the analysis she made would have been better based on the 18th if we were closer to the 18th, but we're a little far from the 18th. So the MACD may not be significant in this analysis.
Okay. Just to
Unless
understand,
we are looking at
just to make sure that I understand what you're saying. So what you're trying to say is that the analysis she made using the MACD crossing that happened today does not have any much significance, because the pump has already happened.
the pump has started.
Oh,
If she had made this, because when she made this analysis, probably it was when we had maybe she submitted this thing about more than 8 hours ago. So already the pump had already happened before she made the analysis. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if she was using the one of the other day, if we were closer to the 18th, if this was on the 18th, fine. But using this midway MACD cross to make an analysis, I went back based on what she said about MACD, because number one, she's still late for the one that happened today. She submitted this probably, let's say 8 hours ago. So we already had 3 kind of sprints after today's crossing, or whichever one. The one is not even today. This happened yesterday, not today. This happened by 9 yesterday. This crossing 9 yesterday, so it's still very late. So it's better to catch MACD when it's crossing, as soon as it's crossing over. So you have all that pump on time, rather than after it has pumped, you now make reference to the MACD that has caused or that has signaled a pump. So this is the both of them are actually late, but I personally won't make any analysis on this MACD midway MACD crossing. I usually take MACD when it comes very low and then crosses over, so that you have a whole long time. If you're longing or something, you have a whole wide spread of time at your disposal. Right now, this can start coming back to retest the previous support level. You can step up from there. Anything can happen. So, Mrs. Nana, can you read up the name of the agency so that we'll complete the analysis and see what we have with HNT?
You said I should do what? I should
just read up the remaining part after the MACD. I think I heard something about the Ichimoku cloud.
Okay, I also used the Ichimoku cloud to do the analysis apart from the MACD. And I said,
okay.
On the other hand, the breakout candle stick is currently sitting on the borders of the Ichimoku cloud with its shadow.
On what time frame? On what time frame?
On the 1 hour time frame. I put it there on the 1 hour time frame.
Okay, but you didn't make a mark. You didn't make a mark on the crossing. The MACD crossing, even the one you did. So the one you made the mark of, was it this or the previous 18th? The one on the 18th or the recent one, the one of yesterday?
It was the one of the recent one that I made the mark of.
The yesterday?
I think so. Let me check. Yes,
let me mark it and then also mark the one of 18th and let's see what we have for both. Okay, so you said on your 1 hour time frame.
Okay, yes.
Mm-hmm. So the both of them, as we have here, the both of them, one happened to be inside the cloud, and then one happened to be under the cloud. But just like I told you guys yesterday, most times when you have this crossing, MACD crossing, the major healthy candle you have above the cloud signals an entry. That's this particular one. The moment you had this full candle, at least with a responsible volume, the volume is not even much, but at least it's not flat totally. It signals a buy. The moment we came above the 1 hour cloud to find our crossing inside the cloud, you won't buy. But when we close above the cloud and have a healthy candle, it's an entry. That's why we are having this pump today.
You possibly can get there. Yes.
And I believe we might still go up there. Sure. If everything remains equal.
You believe that we will still do what?
I believe it will still go up, even though the entry is late, so I won't say enter now. It's a little late, but I still believe it will still go up.
It hasn't gone up. But from the time I made the entry, it has not pumped this hard. It's still going down.
Okay. Now moving on. What other analysis do we have? Who else submitted his own?
She made 2 analyses.
So HNC is a buy, but I won't buy at this price. After, yes, yeah, we'll come to the other one. While we've probably when we're done with other people, so that we have a whole lot of options.
Sorry, so I have a question for Nana.
So she did a good job. Please. Okay.
Okay. This Nana, the MACD crossing that we're talking about, was it on 1 hour time frame?
No, the MACD crossing was on a 4 hour time frame because I wanted to use the Ichimoku cloud also in my analysis. So, and what Sir told us the other time, he said his own strategy that works out very well perfectly is when you use the MACD on the 4 hours chart, then you mark that particular candle where the crossing occurs, then you go to your the 1 hour time frame, and then you spot out that candle. If it's above the cloud, it's a perfect entry. Or if you have a close above the cloud and then a healthy candle, then it's an entry for us.
Okay.
So that's exactly what I did.
But I will still make this analysis I'll make this analysis using trend lines too. I'm not going to use any indicators apart from trend lines. Do I have a structure here? Maybe we should do the first balance should drawn around the time frame.
So what time frame is this?
This is 1 day.
Okay. There's a structure, sir.
Okay, just start.
I have several of them.
I'm looking at making out something that looks like a
It will look as if we won't have a cup and a
handle. Because I noticed that we're having kind of channel. Okay. Let's look so. Okay, so if I decide to take this like this, what do we have?
I think an ascending triangle.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
What can ascending triangle, sir?
Okay.
Yes.
If we have an ascending triangle, what do you expect? Given the volume we are having, we've had volume was not so much yesterday, and today we are not having so much. Almost the same as yesterday. So what's this tell us now? Can someone make analysis on this pattern and tell what to expect?
Well, sir, I think with this upper trend line that you just drew now, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I think with this upper trend line you just drew, you can see that there have been activities. If you look at the past history, there have been activities of it touching that trend line multiple times. So I believe if it breaks above this, it becomes if it breaks above, then it becomes a support for it. Then it will definitely go upward. But right now, I think there's a resistance in that particular area because it has been touching it multiple times and it drops. So probably it might drop, then before going up.
Okay. Can another person make a try on what these trend lines are saying?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Yes, we're here.
Okay, can someone else try and attempt to make an analysis on just this? You can use the volume if you want. It's free. Put it there free of charge.
But Sana, you have changed the trend line.
Yes, but at the same time, that what was there before is still.
Now.
Yes, that's because you can have multiple patterns in a chart. It looked like a triangle. That was temporary, but this is the major trend line. This is just the immediate one because it looks like here is supposed to be like a structural support or resistance, but I'm not really seeing it as something that will hold. It's just a zone. This zone looks like an activity zone, a very active one. Moreover, we're already on top. So I will just go with the channel with this I think this is a wedge or so. A pennant. A pennant. Bullish pennant. So please, where is my class? Let me look at the people here. You like disappear. Priscilla, please call Priscilla for me. I've not seen her for days. Priscilla, are you in this class at all?
Yes, sir. I'm in class.
Okay. Make an analysis with this trend line. I know you've been studying your trend lines and patterns for a while. Priscilla, are you here?
Class, I'm in class.
Okay. We're asking you to assist us now. We're not hearing anything from you.
Obviously, it's going to take more buy orders to get more momentum before it breaks that resistance.
So which of the resistance are we looking at now?
I'm on to
The one up here or this one? Or this one? Or is it the one I should drop with? Hello? Oh, she with us.
Yes, I'm with you. I can hear you, sir.
So we can't hear you.
I can hear you too. I don't know, you can.
Well, I feel like analysis.
Ask someone else, I don't know, that's what I'm asking because someone to help me too. But if you need to try it for you, just tell me where to put it, I'll just stop. I'll just get it done.
The trend line, the resistance where your this thing is at, I think that's a strong one. Not there. The other one.
Yeah. Sorry, where? This one.
It has done something there.
Is it this one?
Can do week before the. Yeah, yes, that one. It's a very long one because I can see 3 weeks connected to it.
Okay, that makes it strong. Yes, valid. That's a valid analysis. So, what do I expect? When do I buy? Should I buy now? Someone lent me some money and I'm looking to.
Now.
Should buy?
So, can you help me out?
No, Mrs. Nanko will not help you out. Mrs. Chidima will not help you out. Somebody else to assist you in class. We are nothing less than 6. So anybody can assist you, please. You are taking our time. Let's not buy. Some people just borrow from someone listening and need to put it in this agency. So should I buy now or later? Which one? Your friends have abandoned you. All I can do is to laugh.
Did they mention my name?
Sir, I said you should not buy now.
Okay, I should keep my money. So which point? What do you expect? Why should I not buy now? Because the money I borrowed, I have just a few days to turn it, and it's looking as if this thing is pumping as usual. But I miss the pump. So you're not paying enough attention to this class. That's why you're confused with the answer.
I'm recording everything. My notes. I'm watching my notes.
And the answer to this particular question really is okay. You don't really believe your.
How far you and Esther since now? What's Esther do you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you, sir. We are breaking.
Person for don't phone.
So
Hello, sir.
I said, see, your commitment to this class is quite low. Yes, I'm with you.
Hello, sir. Please, can I come in on this?
Yes, sir. Come in.
Yes, I'm with you. Yes, sir. Yes, very much welcome.
For me, anyway, I have not reached the level of.
You have not reached the level, but you say you want to talk, big man.
Lafiya kalau. Okay, ina kai. Okay, yanzu an jima ko? Sai mu tashi da diri kenan. Muna kai tara. All right.
In the first few hours, in the second day on your tomorrow's candle, we retrace down a little before moving up, before continuing the uptrend.
Okay.
So I would like to recommend to the person to wait till tomorrow to back in around.
They feel like once tomorrow might catch it, maybe somewhere around there. Is it possible?
Sir?
Do you have any specific time in mind?
Yeah, I would like to recommend to the person around 4 to 5 a.m.
A.m. Okay. I will have to wait. I will be awake and wait now. Let me see if I can buy him.
Sorry, I have a question though.
Okay, ma'am.
So Philip was saying that he would recommend the person should wait, that there should be a retracement. And I'm also of that, I support that opinion, but being sure, what makes you sure of a retracement? How sure are you that there will be a pullback? Don't you think that probably the candle will also continue to the upper trend line when there is resistance? Or why are you so sure that it will get back to touch the support?
But say you are your opinion too.
To make this statement is that the movement of this coin is upward, is an upward movement. How can I put it? So there are more volume came in today, more capital came in today, but as at tomorrow morning, after the close of today's candle, from around that 1 a.m. to 5 a.m., there will be a very low volume.
You sound so sure. You sound so sure about this low volume. Like you're expecting That's why I need to be sure before I put in my money. If you're very sure, if you have a reason, fundamentally or otherwise, it's still valid. If you know that somebody is going to dump this coin probably in the morning or something, or you should let us know on time so that we can all, take advantage of it. But if you don't know, you cannot assume. There is no basis for assumption that this will retrace in the morning. I don't see any basis for that assumption. I personally, I will be buying this coin at the close above this. Look closely here. Look closely. You can see this candle wick, the red one. This inverted hammer, the candle wick.
Yes.
Can you see it? It simply means that this is a rejection zone. It has happened not once, not twice. See candles, C2, C3, C4. And we are actually there right now as we're speaking. It means that this structure here is even more valid than we actually thought.
Yeah.
That's just what it means. The only thing I will say is Mr. Philip is right. Buying now will be risky.
Yeah.
But should this one day close here? Should this one day close just slightly above this candle wicks? Buy. But right now, we can't see because we are okay. Let's zoom out and see what 4 hours is saying. Okay.